Good afternoon once again. If I can ask everyone to please have a seat so we can start our program. Okay. أهلا وسهلا فيكم جميعا. من فضلكم إذا كل واحد بياخد كرسي لنبلش البرنامج بعد ثواني. Once again, thank you all for joining us today. We are going to begin our program. I know many of you are excited. It's a time of year where you see your son or daughter receive their first high school diploma, and not only that, the first achievement, a milestone to say the least. Once again, thank you for joining us for Riverside Academy West graduating class of 2022. I first would like to obviously welcome all the distinguished parents. If it wasn't for you and your hard work, your child won't be here today. Alongside that, I would like to welcome and introduce you to our respective administrators, board members, and also associate principals within our school. Mr. Hassan Ibrahim, our school principal. Our keynote speaker of the night, Mayor Bill Bezzi of Dearborn Heights. Director of GEE, Global Education of Excellence, Mr. Muhammad Isa. Associate Director, Dr. Isa of GEE as well. Our School District Superintendent, Mr. Michael Conran. Dr. Luai Shalaby, Principal of Central Academy in Ann Arbor. Our Central Michigan Representative and Authorizer, Mr. Jonathan Trout. Mr. Malkich, our Interim Principal for a short term and also Administrator at Frontier Academy. Mr. Isa, also Associate over at Global Education of Excellence. Dr. Wafat Hassan, our Arabic Director at GEE. Mrs. Amal Isa, Principal of our GEE Prep Online School. Mr. Muayyad Muhammad, our HR over at Global Education of Excellence. Then we have Mr. Max Stillwagon, Academic Coordinator at Riverside Academy West. And last but not least, Mr. Mahmoud Darwish, our Student Dean at Riverside Academy. For those of you that don't know me, I'd like to introduce you to myself, Mrs. Khulaida Beydoun. I am the School Counselor and Administrator over at Riverside Academy West as well. You know, this is the moment that we all look for the 17, 18 years for our children. The milestone, the journey, the stepping stone that's going to take them on to the next journeys that come along. With that being said, I would like to welcome our graduating class of 2022 of Riverside Academy West. Welcome our graduating class of 2022. Please give them a big round of applause. Before we start our wonderful ceremony, as I look into the seniors' eyes, gasping for relief, we'd like to ask you all to remain standing, please, and rise for our national anthem. The flag is to my right. Thank you all. Please be seated. We just wanted to start off, as you know, as educators, parents, having children of our own, we wanted to take a moment of silence for the innocent victims of the tragedy that occurred in Texas. So please take a quick moment of silence for the victims that had to suffer and perish and what they went through. When we educators decided to go in education, we obviously don't go into it for the paycheck. That's known worldwide. We go into it to make a difference in a child's life, to educate them, empower them, guide them, assist them, give them that lifeline, give them the hope to make sure that they continue on with their legacy and name. As standing before you for, believe it or not, almost 17 years this August with GEE and Riverside Academy, I can tell you without a doubt, the staff at this school and the administration, alongside our directors at Global Education of Excellence, are here for your children. Those doors were opened to make sure our children's community received only the best. As we listen to the national anthem, it reminds us of what this country offers us, what unfortunately other countries don't, even ours. Working side by side with the teachers, the administrators, the parents, your child now stands before us, leaving their mark for their high school diploma. Education is the most powerful weapon which can be used across the world. We must make sure to attain it. Working with various administrators, educators, directors, I've been very blessed to say the least. Even with our trials and tribulations, we stood strong in the name of not only the school, but mostly for the students. Many of the students sitting in front of me today understand the struggle. And this year was a little difficult coming back from COVID. The adjustments that we had and the trials that we faced. But we're here, we persevered. Having various teachers working hand in hand with you, administrators, staff members, allowed you to sit here today and allowed you to now graduate. This also includes our GEE Preparatory School that allowed our students that did not want to come in due to COVID to go ahead and study online and continue on the path of their education, yet graduate with our school here. And that was amazing, to say the least. So I do think they get a big round of applause for assisting us as well. Coming in back in August with one thing in mind, ending up today with various things in mind, I've had the pleasure to work with various principals throughout the years. And today, I did want to say just a few quick words. I wanted to thank Mr. Malkich for coming in as intern for a short period of time, since his home initially was Riverside Academy West. But I also wanted to thank Mr. Hassan Ibrahim for continuing on with the principalship. Coming in, he truly did make a difference, and I can tell you, now I can definitely breathe a lot better. Knowing that he is a man of honor, true to his word, truly genuine for the cause of education, Mr. Hassan Ibrahim moved from Texas to be your principal. There's not many words that I can say with the short time I've been working with him other than this. We are very blessed in having a man that his heart and passion is for the students just like us. Mr. Hassan Ibrahim, please come up to the podium for the principal's message.
It's short, I promise. So I would like to start here today with a very, very big welcome to everyone. Mayor Bazzi, Mr. Isa, GEE, and Riverside West board members, respected parents and guardians, and fellow staff members and teachers, and Riverside class of 2022. Welcome and warmest greetings. To be honest, it's so difficult to start with anything other than congratulations. Congratulations to the parents, congratulations to the teachers and staff who worked hard, and above all, congratulations to the students, to the graduates themselves. So, I know I did not start the year with you, academic year, but I'm honored to have been here for at least part of the journey. And I'm so honored and so privileged to be standing before you here as you are graduating and starting your exciting new chapter of your life. In the last few months, I've seen those amazing young men and women working hard to celebrate this very moment. And frankly speaking, over the past months, we have had our share of ups and downs at Riverside West. But at the same time, one of the most important things that set us apart from other schools is that sense of community that we proved over time, that sense of family, that strong bond between teachers and students, and that dedication of all staff members to the well-being and the prosperity of all students at Riverside West. And moving forward, the promise is to continue with that dedication and continue with coming up with more initiatives and more programs that serve and enrich the educational experiences of every student at Riverside West and the community at large. And here, ناخد دقيقة بس لنشكر الأهل على تعبهم، الأهل على صبرهم، الأهل على تضحياتهم، وبنقول لهم مبارك عليكم التخرج، مبارك عليكم الفرحة بأولادكم وبناتكم، وإن شاء الله بتشوفوهم بأعلى المراتب دايما. I would like to end with this wise quote by Henry Ford. Coming together is the beginning. Keeping together is progress. And working together is success. Riverside class of 2022, we look forward to working together and to witnessing your contributions to your families, to your community, and to Riverside West itself. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors, and we hope that the future will bring to you all happiness and prosperity. It's an honor and a privilege watching you graduate today and move on to your next chapter in life. Congratulations, Mabruk again, and thank you very much.
Bring the microphone back down. Thank you, Mr. Ibrahim, for your words. You know, education is not preparation for life. You know, all your life you're hearing from your parents in school, education, education, education. Education is life itself, as we know it. It is what makes us who we are and sets us aside of what we continue to do and what we can do. It's what makes people look at us and say, look at what she did and where she came from and the struggles that he or she had. Education is not only the key, it is the heartbeat of who we are become today, especially in this time and age. Without it, there is a true struggle. Mr. Muhammad Isa, you know, obviously opened these doors many years ago. I think 17 years come this August. And again, he didn't open it for a reason of making any other decision of empowering and educating the students of this particular community. The students that live here, to strive and to continue on with the message of education is life. Please welcome Mr. Isa, our Director of Global Education of Excellence.
Thank you, Khulaida. You could just finish the speech for me. Thank you. Good evening. I really want to make it a very short speech and only want to say thank you to the parents. Without the parents, our students, they would not be sitting where they are, which is you owe a lot to your parents. But I understand the parents, they think they finished their job. Believe it or not, I have 5 boys. My job started after when they graduate from high school. Your job getting tougher and tougher, which is my advice to you. Today, before I came in, I was looking at some data and to see how many students enrolled in some university. It's so sad. It's so sad. The enrollment is very, very, very low. I'm giving the advice to the parents, please push your kids to go to college. I understand our government, I'm proud of our government. They keep dumping money to the public for no reason, which is please, maybe now you're getting the money, but in 2 years you will regret if you don't go to college. I'm asking you, please, parents, students, make sure you go to college. I'm just proud of our students where they are today. I'm proud of our parents, and more than that, I am proud of our staff. I ask my staff to stand up. I just want to give them all hands. Our staff, GE staff, to stand up. Riverside Academy. Let's give them all a hand, you know. Those staff, they work hard to have your kids to be where we are today. Our staff, thank you, have a seat. Our staff, they worked from home and online and working with their kids at the same time. You know, I used to go online and see what they're doing. They worked hard, which is without the staff, we would not be where we are today. Thank you again. I just want to say the final word. You know, Dr. or Ghassan, the principal, Mr. Principal, it took little time to bring somebody dynamic. Believe it or not, we had a whole team to make sure to bring the right person to our school. But my God, we got the right person. And let's give Mr. Ghassan a hand. Thank you, Mr. Ghassan. We cannot do without you. Thank you. And I'd like to thank our authorizer. They're here today, which is Jonathan. I know you means a lot when you come. I'm glad you made it. I just want to thank you. Thank you. And, you know, I don't want to take each one individual names and to say, especially Malkij, he really saved my life. You know, this guy is dynamic. I know I have to drag him out of the school. The students wants to keep him. I said, Mr. Malkij, you got to walk out right now. But I did manage, you know. Thank you, Mr. Malkij. You were amazing. Yep. Which is, again, we're here to serve the community. We're here to work with you. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, Mr. Isa. You can see the enthusiasm in his voice. So you guys heard it. You're hearing it again. It's a repetitious record of how necessary education is. Now, having your education and having the upper hand is where it's important as well. And something that we offer in our schools is the Arabic language. I know many of you say, well, how does that differ from the other high schools along the side? I'll tell you why. We work from our students from middle school, from elementary school, on up, to ensure these students graduate with some fluency in the Arabic language. Why? Because it's one of the most upcoming languages across the world. Not only that, we teach them through the linguistics, through the classrooms, through the cultures, the various cultures that we take pride in the diversity of our schools. And we teach them to make sure they understand that when you're bilingual in any language, but we chose the Arabic language, it will give you the upper hand. Working hand by hand, side by side with our wonderful Arabic teachers, our Arabic director, Dr. Wafat, ensures that your students, your children, each and every one of them, is getting what they need to attain the Arabic language, whether it be in the basics or in the fluencies or the proficiencies. Dr. Wafat, please come on up for your hard work, and please give her a big round of applause, because she is assuring our students to get that seal of biliteracy. Are you going to be handing it to them? Yeah. So I'll take it from you when you say their names. Thank you, Habibti.
Congratulations to all the students, and specifically to those students who graduated and who achieved the Seal of Biliteracy. The Seal of Biliteracy honoring their Arabic language skills. It's the Michigan Seal of Biliteracy is an award given to graduate students, to high school graduates from the Michigan State Department of Education, the Superintendent Office, and the Educational Excellence Office. The Seal of Biliteracy can be evidence of skills that are attractive to future employers, as Arabic language is one of the most languages used in businesses all over the world. Thank you, and we would like to invite the student to receive their award. Hidayah Salam. Lujain Alwash.
Lujain Alawash. You're welcome. That's all? Why, thank you, Dr. Wafat. Very short and very sweet. Thank you for all that you do for us, especially in the Arabic department, alongside the wonderful Arabic teachers that we have here today. I also want to take a moment to thank all the staff members here, all the teachers that are sitting on those chairs alongside, I obviously recognize our administrators, but if it wasn't for these teachers, the frontliners that come in here every day, your child won't be in here today. So please give these teachers a big round of applause. I also want to do a really quick special thank you for our senior committee today that stepped it up and made this hall exquisite. To Dr. Asi, Mr. Hiller, Mr. Stalwagon, Mr. Darwish, and myself, we stepped it up with a few touches from Mr. Ibrahim. Thank you all for doing this wonderful job. So as a resident of the city of Dearborn for almost, I'll say an X amount of years. I don't want to tell you how old I am, still young at heart. I've been here for many, many years. I came here at the age of 3. Father being from Lebanon, mother being from Egypt. They brought me here for a better life. The city of Dearborn raised us, brought us together, and offered us things that unfortunately our own country couldn't offer us. If you look around you, you're going to see not only educators, you're going to see lawyers, engineers, you're going to see people from medical professions, artists, singers that are from Arab American descent. Today, I have the pleasure to have our keynote speaker join us. When I initially met him through the Islamic Institute here as a fundraising dinner, I was sitting back and introducing him, but I was astonished about his very, very vast biography. As an Arab American Muslim, came here, went through the army, ranked up, decided to go into politics, and now is standing in the city of Dearborn as mayor. Mayor Bill Bazzi truly has turned that city of Dearborn Heights around, where now I'm a resident at. Why? Because he understands of what the citizens need. Not only that, the moment I called and reached out to him, he was able to work his schedule around when he knew it was a senior graduation, because this is what he likes to do, to reach out to the community, to the young and to the old, to empower them and educate them, because the trials and tribulations he's been through has set him aside, and now he's the first mayor of the city of Dearborn Heights that's an Arab American Muslim. Mr. Mayor Bazzi, please come up to the podium with a big round of applause.
Thank you, Ms. Baidoun. Little correction, it was U.S. Marines, not Army. So that's okay. There's a thing about U.S. Marines and Army. So anyway, I had a 15-20-minute speech, but the principal told me I have to keep it short. So I'm not going to read my speech. I'm terrified. Even though I served 21 years in the Marines, I'm still terrified of principals. But first, what I'd like to do is all the seniors, tell me who's been here in this country for less than 4 years? Raise your hand. Anybody has been in country 4 years? The reason why I'm asking you this is because when I sat in your seat, not here at Fortson, I graduated from Fortson. Again, I'm not going to say what year, but I'm sure you can find out. I was in country for 4 years. And as you can tell, most of us were just learning our ABCs. At 12 years old, I was learning my ABCs. And the reason I'm telling you this is because even at that time when I was learning my ABCs, all the students around, they make fun of you. It's like, oh, this guy's not going to make anything out of life. There's no way, this guy at 12 years old still learning how to say their ABCs, like table, desk, that kind of stuff. But I can tell you, since then, it just gave me motivation to actually push myself to do better than the person next to me. So even with that, I was able to, I joined the Marines right out of high school. I got out of Fortson, joined the Marines. I actually did about 21 years. I retired from the U.S. Marines. So I pretty much did a lot of things that I always wanted to do and people said I couldn't do. I was able to get an aeronautical degree. So I got a master's degree in aeronautical engineering. So that's usually a lot of, again, when I was of your age, nobody even thought I was going to go to college. I tried Henry Ford. I had such a hard time with the language that I actually joined the Marines because I wanted to, better myself. So the reason I'm telling you this, again, the sky's the limit for all of you. So don't ever let anybody bring you down or tell you you can't do anything. Because if somebody like me was able to do 21 years in the Marines and able to get a degree in aeronautical engineering, I was in aeronautical engineering on a lot of airplanes. I was working on military jets, right? I got an interest right here, so we'll talk later. Also, be able to run for the city of Dearborn Heights, be the mayor of Dearborn Heights. You can do anything you put your mind at. If I can do it, any of you can do even more than what I have done. So just remember that the sky's the limit, and I'm gonna be looking forward. I'm gonna be watching you guys' career. When I see somebody successful, I'm gonna read to see some of the graduates that were here today. You guys can become, again, anything, lawyers, doctors. Make sure you put that in your head. You guys are the future of everybody sitting in here. Again, you can do anything you want, right? Right? Okay, good. So thank you for having me come and speak in front of you here today. Again, I have to limit the speech. I don't want to get in trouble with the principals, but I want to congratulate every one of you. This is a great achievement. And I also want to thank all the staff, the teachers. They play a key role in our lives. I want to thank you for doing this, for teaching our youth, and for making them be here today. Thank you. And appreciate all the parents also. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you again, Mayor Bazzi. Always a pleasure listening to you speak. I love listening to people's stories because it gives you more power and gives you more strength to continue on with your own story. A lot of people look at one another and say, look at her, look at him. how easy their life is, but you don't know the story of each person that's standing in front of you. I've heard it so many times in my office and in the school and inside the community and even in my own home, where they say, this person got lucky or this person is blessed. Well, working hard is makes you lucky, and striving is what makes you blessed. Many of you are looking at me and thinking, when are we going to get the show on the road? I wanted to take a few minutes to speak about one particular young lady. Not to say each and every senior is a star in their own. Many of you invited former teachers that came in today, but let me first welcome where we start off initially in our elementary school. Our principal, Ms. Layla Shalaby, also joined us here today, and I apologize for not recognizing you, so please give her a big round of applause. As you know, many of you guys sitting here started over at the elementary, in which now Ms. Shalaby is at. And having our schools that are offering students to start at fourth or 5 years of age, graduating at the age of 18, is astonishing. We take pride in that in this Riverside West District. Striving hard, as Mr. Bill Bazzi, our mayor of Dearborn Heights, said it best, community service. Why do you think he noted that? Being academically excelled in your academics is amazing, is astonishing. But being well-rounded, giving back to your community, giving back to your family, giving back to those who took care of you is remarkable. We have one young lady today that kind of stands out from the crowd. I would like to first and foremost say, as our school valedictorian, Malaka Shabi worked hard and strong, silently in the backdrops, alongside our salutatorian Layali Awadallah, who strived. And let me tell you, this group of students made it so difficult for ourselves to differentiate one from the other, because it, like Mr. Sailwagon said, one of the brightest of the groups that we've had in the past years. As Malak worked silently and quietly, and Layali was creeping up behind her to try to grab that, she made sure that she always did it with class, alongside her classmates. These girls show remarkable strides. Never complaining, never being negative, always finding a solution for the problem, working side by side is amazing, to say the least. Malak stood firm in her stance to grab that valedictorianship. Very quiet, very polite, astoundingly smart. Today, Malak makes her parents proud, her graduating class proud, and her school proud. Please give a big round of applause for our school valedictorian, Malak Shabi.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Malak Shaibi, your valedictorian, and I would personally like to welcome you. I would personally like to welcome you to our 2022 senior graduation. First off, I would like to note that writing this speech was more stressful than the SATs, and just like 95% of my work, I did procrastinate on it, but here I am. Many of you right now, like myself, might still be in shock that this is happening, but I can assure you that we finally made it. We are graduates, so give yourselves a round of applause. Now, these past 4 years have gone by so fast, and we've gone through so much as a grade, from stressing in Ms. Wyman's English class to struggling in the pandemic through our sophomore and junior years. Because of COVID, synchronous learning was a huge challenge and adjustment for a lot of us. Extended families and friends became distant, our homes practically became our school and social life, and despite those moments, we have to admit, Brainley and Quizlet were our closest companions. But on a serious note, quarantine helped a lot of us assess ourselves and become more appreciative for what we had. Although we couldn't communicate directly with our friends, families, classmates, and neighbors, we turned to virtual calls to keep in touch. Along with that, we had different groups and communities uniting to stand up for social injustices happening in the world, one of which occurred in our senior year a year ago, where a group of my classmates and I, with the help of Ms. Ali and Ms. Loper, worked together to spread awareness about the genocide that is happening to the Uyghur Muslims in China. Together, we were able to create social media platforms, political cartoons, videos, and a website dedicated to educating people about a human rights issue that is rarely covered by the media. We also worked on a campaign called Speak for Humanity, where we raised over $7,000 for emergency aid in Gaza and health-related support for Yemen by knocking at almost every business and home around the Riverside community. And this all wouldn't have been possible without the help of my supportive classmates and friends, Mona Al-Haj, Layali Awadallah, Ayat Saleh, Hidayah Salim, Sarah bin Shahra, Aya Shakir, Amna Al-Jahmi, and once again, our wonderful teachers, Ms. Ali and Ms. Loper. Now, even though senior year may have sounded exciting for some of us, I'd have to admit it was both confusing and challenging for others. Some of us were afraid to grow up, unaware of what our future would hold. We were indecisive, unmotivated, and conflicted. We tried to avoid college applications, filling out FAFSA, and attending college meetings because we wanted to avert reality and the pressure and thoughts that came with it. I know this because I was in that same position too. Yet, with the guidance and support from Ms. Beydoun, we pushed through and got to where we are now, reunited for our last and most memorable year. Some of us are going to colleges, universities, vocational schools, and others are jumping right into their fields. We have to remember that whatever journey we choose, there will always be bumps and cracks along the road. Well, for Michigan, it's usually potholes. I mean, we are graduating from a small school in Dearborn and moving on to colleges and universities with thousands of students from all walks of life. That does not mean that our goals will be impossible. We have persevered throughout high school and will hopefully continue that perseverance with passion. Today is a day to celebrate all the hard work and effort that we've put into these last 4 years and all the accomplishments we've achieved. But we couldn't have done it without many individuals that are here in this room. So I would personally like to thank my mother and my family for always being there for me. My friends that have been there by my side, especially Umu, who forced me to put her in the speech. Our teachers, Mr. Hiller, Mr. Fatuni, Ms. Ali, and Ms. Loper, who have helped us throughout our academic years. Our principal, Mr. Ibrahim, and Mr. Melkaj, who did everything they could to make our senior year an amazing one, as well as the Riverside staff. Mr. Hassan, thank you for assisting our robotics team, yearbook committee, and senior events, even though you probably don't know my name. And last, you call me Muna, and I'm Malak Shaibi, by the way. And lastly, thank you, Ms. Beydoun, for guiding us throughout our college admissions and senior year. We honestly couldn't have done it without you. Thank you once again.
Malak, you nailed it. Give her a big round of applause. We should have had you speak more often. We discovered a new gem in the mix. Thank you, Malak. Very proud of you and everyone that is sitting here graduating today. So, the time is almost there. Something that I always look forward to at times when I have our district visitors that come to our office just to check in and say how everything's going. You know, it's a pleasure working with such individuals that care for you and that try their best to ensure that you're happy and secured in where you're at. But most importantly, that you know that their heart and soul is for the students, after all, in the community. Every time I see Dr. Isa, I have a smile on my face. The reason why is because I don't know why he's here and what he's here for. So I put that smile on just to say, let's see what the day is going to bring on by. Working behind the back scenes, the backdrops, alongside Mr. Isa and their amazing team over at Global Education of Excellence. He comes in really quickly and leaves quicker, just to make sure everything is attended to and everything is well. Someone that I like to call a silent partner as needed, Dr. Isa does truly care about your students and his staff in the school. I'm going to say a small quote. Don't be afraid of fear, because fear will take you away. Face those fears and adversity, and it will empower you to continue on. Dr. Isa, please come on up to the podium.
Assalamu alaikum. And mabruk to all the families on your graduates today. Alf mabruk. Congratulations, class of 2022. Though I am here usually to present scholarships on behalf of GEE, COVID has thrown a twist in for everybody and has made it more challenging than the usual times to meet those standards that we consider those that will get those scholarships. But I want each and every one of you guys to know that you are all achievers. You are all graduates at this time, and you have much to look forward to. If you still have not chosen to pursue higher education, look within you and see what is your passion. And I guarantee after you look and you find what you really want to do, a form of education will get you there. Whether it's an associate degree, a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, the more knowledge you have, the stronger you are. Sometimes I feel, disadvantaged speaking after everybody that speaks so well ahead of me. But we have a great speakers here, and our valedictorian is amazing. I mean, all of this, what you guys have achieved. So, as our mayor said, never let anybody tell you that you are incapable of doing anything. Every one of you has it within them to do what they want to do. And make sure whatever you do, that you include the people around you. If you make it all about you, your success is not going to be as sweet as it is when it includes the people around you. So graduates, congratulations, and you will always have a home with the GEE schools and support throughout your years. Thanks again.
Thank you, Dr. Isa. All right, the moment that we have all been waiting for. I would ask for everyone please to be seated so we can make sure every graduate gets their moment of shining in the lights. Please, everyone, have a seat. I promise you we have wonderful photographers in the front and at the end where they're going to take beautiful pictures of your child, and we will have them ready for you in a few weeks, but if everyone can be seated, would be great. If I can please have Mr. Ibrahim, Mr. Isa, Dr. Isa, Mr. Conran, Mr. Stilwagen, and Mr. Darwish, please come on up in front by the diploma givings so we can start the program. Yeah, Thank you, Mr. Isa. After these graduations, we're doing, we become professionals. Just to prevent any kind of, anyone not feeling too secure and shaking of the hands, we are not going to be shaking hands today. And just because of the time and age that we live in, so out of respect for you guys and your families, you don't need to shake anyone's hand. Seniors, are we ready? Parents, are we ready? Staff and admin, are we ready? It is now the time to graduate the senior class of 2022. Narjis Abdullah. Ayman Abu Ida. So seniors, take a moment to take a quick picture as I call out your name. Nurhan Ahmad is not with us today, but we'll give her a big round of applause. Raneem Al-Qasim. Ismail Al-Baghdadi. Ali Al-Barakat. Nice shades, Ali. Muna Al-Haj. Malak Al-Kharish. Muntadhar Al-Hilfi. Rawan Al-Mansouri. Karrar Al-Mayahi, he is not with us today. Let's give him a big round of applause. Rukaya Al-Murshidi. Fatima Al-Rubai. Lubna Al-Shirmani. Shahid Al-Sultani. Hussein Al-Baghdadi. Lujain Alawash. Nasreen Al-Jahmi. Banin Al-Ghazali. Shafaq Al-Husayni. Amina Al-Jahmi. Abdul Karim Al-Jabori. Hussam Al-Kholi. Hassan Al-Mayahi. Muhammad Noor Al-Muhammad. Manar Al-Umari. Noor Al-Rubai. Hussein Al-Safi, but he is also not here with us today. Our valedictorian, Malak Ash-Shabi. Zahra Ash-Shabani. الشريجي. مريم الزيادي. Our salutatorian, Layali Awadallah. Maryam Awada. Let's give Maryam a big round of applause. Umu Ba. Sara Ben Shohra. Ola Diba. Hakim Dayfallah. Zainab Diallo. Ahmad Al-Khanji. Nada Gabbar. Haben Hemphil, but she is not here with us today. Give her a big round of applause. Shahid Hushan. Malik Jaylin. عبد الوهاب مرحبا. مريم مقالي. زهراء محمد علي. Muhammad Muwalla. He made it. Muad Omayan. عبد الكريم عمر. آيات صالح. أميرة صالح. سيف صالح. هداية سالم. ديانا شاب. آية شكير. Ahmed Talib. Rose Thabata. Fatima Warde. Muhammad Warde. Kadum Yahya. And last but not least, Sabrina Youssef. We are going to take a moment for all the seniors to come back to their seat. On behalf of Riverside Academy West, Global Educations of Excellence, directors, staff members, community guests, teachers, parents, I would like all seniors to stand, please, facing your parents. Seniors, give your parents and teachers a big round of applause. Today you achieved your first milestone, and hopefully many more to come, in which we will see you professionals in every aspect in any career of your liking. Seniors, I now would like you to move your tassel from your right to the left. On behalf of Riverside Academy, congratulations to the graduating class of 2022. Please give them a big round of applause. You seniors finally made it. Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you all for having the time and coming out. Thank you to our parents, administrators, central office, authorizer, seniors, Mayor Bazzi. On behalf of our school, it's been a humbling time. Congratulations, and I hope everyone has a wonderful and joyful afternoon and evening. Congratulations once again. Now, parents, I do want to make a comment. We do have some pictures up on top. We've got a nice little area where you can take pictures with your students. Also, we have photographers, Mr. Conrad and team, that will be taking the pictures of your seniors as they came. Within a few weeks, the school will be contacting you and letting you know when to pick it up. I also want to thank the Islamic Institute of Knowledge for allowing us to have their graduation at this hall, and Dearborn Police, Officer Sala, for making sure we stay nice and safe. Everyone have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. So we have two cars we'd like to move towards the beginning. Honda CRV. Officer Sala will make the announcement.
If anybody owns a green Honda CRV parked by the funeral home, if you could please move it. They need to get a vehicle in there. Also a black Acura MDX, and a green Honda CRV right over here in the back. They're trying to get a vehicle in. It's Diallo, last name Diallo. Hold on, yeah, the CRV. Okay, they're the... I'll see, yes.